Okay, so should I put, as it says from Matthew, beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it? Or should I say from Luke, the stream did beat vehemently upon it? I could say it from Matthew, and then go, and immediately it fell. And then the way Luke ends is, and the ruin of that house was great. How does it all read? But everyone that hears these sayings of mine and does them not is like a foolish man which, without a foundation, built a house upon the sand, against which the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and the stream... I got all these ands again. I want to get rid of two of these ands. Against which the rain descended, the floods came, the winds blew, and the stream did beat vehemently. I'll keep the last and before stream, but I'm going to get rid of and the floods. I can't because I don't have the other option from Luke. I'll just be cutting out from Matthew. I can't get rid of them. So back to the question. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and the stream did beat vehemently upon it, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. I could say it, yeah, because it doesn't say at the end, for this house was built upon the sand, as it does with the wise man's house, where it does say, for it was founded upon a rock. It just goes, it fell, or vehemently upon that house, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. So, it's already a bit different. I'm going to keep it fresh and change it a bit. The setup is the same. He is like instead of he shall be like for both. Which built for both instead of that built for one. So this is the very end. I'll just have this very last bit changed. Beat upon that house from Matthew. Luke, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and that's it. Oh, look at that. I can't just end with beat vehemently upon. I would have to say that house. So it looks like I'm out of choices. I'll just go with that house. Upon that house. Semicolon just like before. Because what happens next? And immediately it fell. And it fell is in Matthew, so everything except immediately. I'm definitely going to include that word. But and it fell is both. Luke has and immediately it fell, semicolon, and the ruin of that house was great. Matthew has and it fell, colon, and great was the fall of it. You know, I don't feel like it would be necessary to have two semicolons here. I also don't feel like this colon is necessary, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. Yeah, because that last sentence would not be a complete sentence, so I could put that colon from Matthew only. And the ruin of that house was great. Or, and great. Instead of saying that house twice in this situation, I'm just going to have it once, and it's already said. It only makes sense earlier because it says beat vehemently upon. I have to say that house. So this last sentence I'm going to say, and great. Great is both. Orange was the fall of it. The ruin of that house. So the fall or the ruin. Kind of want to put both. And great was the ruin and the fall of that house. Yeah, I want to say both. Which means that I have to say, and great was. Actually, great was. I could say that's both. Because great, the words great and was is in both. And great was would be used earlier instead of later. So yeah, I'm okay with that. Then from Luke, the ruin. Then from Matthew, and the fall. You know what? It'll look less disorganized if I say this and at the beginning is from Luke. And then this and after the ruin is from Matthew. And great was the ruin, and now I have to have the fall, which is from Matthew. and the fall, where and comes from earlier in Matthew. And the fall of the ruin and the fall. You know, I really want to end this sentence with that house, because that would make it really poetic. And immediately it fell, and great was the ruin and the fall of that house, instead of saying, and great was the ruin and the fall of it. I would rather have it say, the stream did beat vehemently upon it, and immediately it fell, and great was the ruin and the fall of that house. Which means that I could use the it from the end of Matthew and put it earlier before all these other words. But that would be a lot of reorganizing. No, I don't think it would be, because Luke ends with ruin of that house was great. So yeah, I'll just go with it at the end instead of upon that house. I'll just say it from Matthew. The it is at the end, and I'll just have to explain where all these words are coming from. I still don't like that colon, but it'll have to do. Against which the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and the stream did beat vehemently upon it, and immediately it fell, and great was the ruin and the fall of that house. Having that house last doesn't really fit with Luke, because Luke has, and the ruin of that house was great. So I could move it, but doing so would only make it sort of match with Luke, and it wouldn't match with Matthew. And on top of that, earlier, the sentence goes, and the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. So earlier, it begins with that house, followed by it twice. So if I have that house where it was in Matthew, and the stream did beat vehemently upon that house, then followed by, and immediately it fell, and great was the ruin and the fall of it, it would be more of a mirror image. So I'm going to put it back that way.